Rivalry, history, passion, pride. This series explores football's bitterest clashes. This is Football Rivalries. Coming up, El Clasico. The world stops to watch whenever Barcelona meet Real Madrid. And there's always more than just points at stake in this one. And we're off to Italy for AC Milan against Internazionale. Red and blue clash at the San Siro in what is always a spectacular occasion.
It's very special. This match isn't just a Spanish Clasico, it's a Clasico all around the world. Everyone wants to watch this match. It's like the Champions League final or the Super Bowl.
I think that Madrid-Barça or Barça-Madrid, there's politics behind it and culture behind it and feelings behind it.
Fierce, very vociferous. You know, when we arrived in at the new camp, you know, we'd have to have armed guard running alongside your team bus from the hotel to the stadium.
This is one of life's classics. There are millions of people watching a Madrid-Barça game, and you can give your fans enormous pleasure, even if it's just for 2 or 3 days after the game.
That feeling is quite incredible, that, especially when you used to come at Barcelona. They had a subterranean dressing room where you come in, you go up the steps, and it's all around you, and that is packed.
This is the welcome that Barcelona fans set aside for just one club. The famous Camp Nou Stadium in Barcelona, 110,000 fans, and each and every one of them passionately anti-Madrid. It's quite simply the most hostile reception that Real Madrid will receive anywhere in the world.
This scale Barca, they sing that, and it crescends. It really, I get goosebumps now. It's all this time later.
I think you feel it a lot more if you're actually from Barcelona, if you have Catalan roots. You come out onto the pitch and there are 100,000 fans supporting you. It's the most important match of the season.
For a Catalan like Albert Ferrer, playing in the Spanish Clasico is a matter of enormous pride, as playing for Barcelona effectively means you're representing Catalonia. For some, a region of Spain, for many others, a country in itself.
It's all about identity. Whenever this team takes the field, they always play for the Catalan flag. They're the pride of the nation, and wherever you are in Catalonia, you always identify with the club.
Barca is an emblem of our city and something that's known throughout the world.
We're Catalan and we're Barca.
FC Barcelona are the symbol of Catalan nationalism, or as they say in Catalan, més que un club, more than just a club.
It's more than a club because it's a philosophy as well. The people identify with Barca because it is Catalan.
It's Catalan against Spain, really. They want their own independence. They're talking about their own, you know, autonomy. They're talking about their own government. They're talking about their own language. It is like, you know, you're playing a different country.
And if you're a Real Madrid player like Steve McManaman used to be, the journey into that foreign country can be hazardous, especially when you're on the Real Madrid coach that's approaching the Barca stadium.
We always knew that there was this area where we were going to come in just before we went underground to the stadium, where we'd all draw the curtains and sort of get to the middle of the bus and wait for this barrage of stuff hitting the bus. So it was, you know, you were certainly hyped up for it because you knew what was coming and the nerves were going, and you know, you just couldn't wait to get out there, really.
As the two superpowers of Spanish football fight it out year on year, the hope in Madrid is that this is purely a footballing rivalry. There are historical reasons for Barcelona's bitterness, but Madrid just want to keep a lid on things.
I get on very well with Joan Laporta, their president, and historically relations have always been good. We are rivals, but we're not enemies, and I keep saying that because it's important not to forget it.
At
a national level, the rivalry is between Madrid and Barcelona, and that's for many political and historical reasons. But at the end of the day, this is a game of football between two eternal rivals, Barca and Real Madrid. And this should always come before the politics.
Still, the Madrileños do give as good as they get when Barca arrive at the Santiago Bernabeu.
When we went out, they play a Madrid song, and you know, it happens all over the place, so it never really bothered me. Sometimes when we went out to play Barca at Madrid, you know, it'll all be white and it's spelled Real Madrid, or when we played Barca, it's spelled Barca and stuff, and that was always quite impressive.
Off the pitch, the Madridistas see the Catalan separatist feelings as a slur against their nation, and the greeting here is never too welcoming.
In the coach, we pull up to the Bernabeu Stadium, hot day, and packed. And we're there quite early, packed with white shirts, and they're chanting. And I'm saying, we're chanting. And they're chanting, Spain, Spain, Spain. You know, you're not Spain.
That division between Catalonia and Spain absolutely defines this rivalry. Many Catalans point to centuries of repression from the centralist Madrid-based state. The Spanish Civil War of 1939 is still particularly fresh in the memory. It was General Franco's forces that overwhelmed the rebel factions in Catalonia. Then his dictatorship introduced measures that were very unwelcome.
I think it all goes back to the dictatorship, when Franco was around. And really, Catalonia was living under repression.
During the time of Franco, they were not allowed to name the children with Catalan's name. They couldn't speak the language. That's oppression. And luckily enough, it's a long time ago, but for many people it's still fresh. And if you talk about oppression, you always have a reaction, and you always will have a reaction in the future because people will remember what happened over there.
There was always that extra dimension because of the Franco years and the feeling that Barcelona has always been a little opposed to Spain. So there was always that extra dimension.
While Madrid enjoyed political domination, it was a period of austerity for Barcelona and Catalonia. People felt that their way of life, their very identity, was under attack from Madrid. But there was one place where Catalans could come together and openly speak their language, at their football stadium, where they went to support Barcelona.
Years ago it was for them one of the few moments to show the colors of their flag, for instance. With games like that, it was allowed.
And that's how it became a shrine. It became the only place we could speak the language without being, you know, thrown into jail.
So it was in the Franco years that FC Barcelona and Catalan nationalism became inextricably linked.
It's a country's identity. It's their autonomy. It transcends football. It's the spirit of the people.
Nowadays, though, with Franco long gone, there's no need for Catalans to be secretive about their culture or their football club.
It's more than a club, that's what they say. The best in the world. I'm a Barcelonista until the day I die.
Tot el camp, pam, 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 és un clam, som la gent blaugrana.
Dansa baldo marina, quata. Ara estem d'acord, una bandera en sa germana, blau, blau, al vent, un crit valent, tenim un ambientat total, Barça, Barça, Barça!
Barça!